chugga, 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 choo choo. Let's go. Lazarus League and Hellhorn follow. Hellhorn is... Ooh. Interesting. We've got Shartail Queens. We've got fewer spells in our base deck because we've got all these Queen's Implings. Areki is our base champion though. Pyre of Entropy. Add Eventual Shard to your deck after each battle. Draw 1 extra card for every 2 blights in your deck. We're not really going to want to keep infusions in our hand because by the end of the run, we'll be drawing 10 cards a turn. So the better we can utilize the full draw of that, the better off we'll be. 2 Overworked Assistants in the base deck. Reanimate 1. Incant. Gain Unstable 4. 2 Rituals of Battle to just pump the damage on a unit. And also an Alpha Fiend that's going to pump its own damage every time it strikes for 15. Seraphiternus Chosen of Entropy is here as well. This is going to be an interesting one. This... What do we got ahead of us? Merchant of Magic Hellhorn, so Merchant of Steel Hellhorn before. If I really want to go, it's double Hellhorn units. Double Hellhorn units is probably not what I want. I guess there's a world where I can go to the Merchant of Arms in the second area. There's a Merchant of Steel. Just in the Aviary with Lazarus League banner next to it. That's a bit late to be planning on getting core units. Damn. I almost feel like I'm compelled to take the Lazarus League banner early. On deployment phase, draw an equipment card from your deck. Reduces cost to 0. Well, that'll change things. Now I'm much more enthused to go to that Merchant of Arms. Still probably need to hit the Merchant of Steel first, though. This Alpha Fiend just having 25 damage, no multi-strike, no quick strike, you know, just chump blocking units in front of you, it's just not going to have much duration. Mad Scientist Incant. Apply Unstable 4 to enemy units. Nice. Gives you some good reach. And eventually, if you have a spell that actually destroys an enemy as well, they'll explode. And Reanimator on Resolve, gain Reanimate 1 and Unstable 6. I like that as well, but I'm probably going to need the Overworked Assistants to fulfill that same role for me. And I don't think I'm going to need more than that. Also, when I know that my draw is already going to be fully accounted for, makes it much easier to justify just zero costing a bunch of spells like Secret Ingredient. Like, each of these is 2 incant triggers. The Secret Ingredient and then the Infusion. It's just I don't want to hold infusions between turns. Areki is a backline for Shield Steward, then an Alpha Fiend. Unstable did some good work there, and will again, as the Fallen Champion is low enough. With space, I would also be able to play a Queen's Impling and finish the bottom line. Sadly more difficult here. I also can't really get the ability to just straight up kill a unit. Or at least, if I want that, I have to go Unstable first, and then damage or Frostbite thereafter, but damage most realistically so that I can actually get them in the same round. Perhaps I should prepare a mixture for the boss. Yeah, Secret Ingredient to sap the boss. And then Queen's Impling to kill the units in front. Woohoo! Not being able to play any of the rituals of battle because of the negative... the attuned whetstone is a problem. I think what I probably want right now is just double incant on the next line. Regen 4 change it. So you'll come up to the next line. By the time you come up here, you'll have no rage on you. No, you'll have 1 rage because you'll just have gained it from the Spear Steward. So you'll come up to the top line dealing 10 damage. 10, 8, and then another 8. Just with the regen, we're already over the top of that. So I think it's reanimate. Right? Regen 2. You strike for 10. I heal for 2. Up to 17. You hit for 8 and 8, so I'm down on 1. Then you hit again, and I reanimate. Oh boy, reanimate 3. That'll do it. No? That won't all do it? What if I pop it on the Overworked Assistant instead? I mean, seems better, but still doesn't do it. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I can't imagine putting it on the back line would have changed anything there. Yeah, that wasn't great. This deck's not very powerful yet. That's why I'm really, really sad not to immediately be able to justify going to the Merchant of Steel so easily. I still kind of have to, though. Forevermore Serum. Consume to apply Reanimate 1 to a unit, especially in a world where I have Overworked Assistance already. Certainly seems good. Explosive Reaction deals unstable 25 and then 5 damage to a unit on the enemy side. Having some directed damage is really good as well, for the sake of collectors, but so is Forevermore Serum. Again, for the sake of collectors. Fledgling Imp, Molting Imp. I mean, Molting Imp is a good AoE strategy. The only problem is it comes at the cost of an endless trigger, probably at the time. Give me Hornbreak. As well as capacity on the floor. Dualism. Dualism on an Overworked Assistant and then give it Reanimate? Because it'll lose all of its unstable when it dies, so I don't want to give it Endless. But Dualism Reanimate makes you pretty good. Steelworker. I mean, one of my primary problems at the moment is not having enough HP. Railbeater is really good for setting up the Alpha Fiend. Setting up the melee weakness on the enemy. But just the consistency of the armor application in the Steelworker, I think, is what we're going to need. So one line is Steelworker Alpha Fiend, one line is Areki and the Overworked Assistance, as well as Chump Blocks with Queen Imp, I guess? I could see a world where the Alpha Fiend benefits from Rage 10. So this gives you 20 additional damage to start with, and then while that's decreasing, your strike damage is increasing. The only problem is it ruins my ability to put multi-strike and quick. The best 2 upgrades I could get on that unit. Give me that secret ingredient. And then, boom, get him. Sure, I'll throw a Spear Steward on the next line as well. Why not? I'd like to build the largest reanimate for the Overworked Assistant as I can. So that'll come out of this regen potion. Oh, reanimate 1 already. Oh, reanimate 2. There's a Forevermore serum as well. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna give all that reanimate to the Collector. Should I give all 3 to the Collector, maybe? It's 50 additional gold every time I do. Actually, I have to play the Overworked Assistant first. Hang on. Yep, we can take down every part of that Collector with it. I'll let that happen. That was like 200 gold. Pretty cool. Now I just need to find a way not to lose because of it. Losing the Overworked Assistant on top line. Definitely gonna need to chump on the bottom a little bit. Set up some additional damage on the top line. Yeah, this is gonna be scary. Midline's basically gonna do nothing there. Ritual of Battle. If I sap you... I mean, I'd have to sap you twice for it to really do anything. I think I'm probably better served by giving Rage to my backline. And Damage Shield. Alright. Let's see if I can survive this one. Oh my god! Only just. Yeah, way too greedy, but we survived. Sanguine Assistant, giving us the ability to give Vampire's Tooth to Alpha Fiend, who'd really like that, just healing up every turn. Potion Brew, another Forevermore Serum. I mean, honestly, another Forevermore Serum sounds good to me as well. Potion Kit's not too bad either. I think Sanguine Assistant probably solves the most problems here. If I can just start resolving some additional lifesteal on units. It could help change the tide of things. Also, I don't want to take Potion Kit because it'll get pulled out by the attuned Whetstone. Oh, Welder Helper and Impish Scholar, eh? Impish Scholar's gonna bring back a Forevermore Serum exclusively at this point. That's fine. I'm gonna definitely need the Pyromanes over from this side as well. Interesting. It's pretty early to see the Steward's Quarters. I could absolutely make a Steward's Floor. Meat shields. I'll take that. Ooh. That's difficult. I don't think I take a Stoic Plate Mail. Electricity Chamber. Friendly units gain spikes 8 on Summon and Reanimate. I mean, that's nice. The only problem is I do run out of my units on the top line after a couple of rounds. I don't have a good way to keep their Reanimate permanently stacked up. Boiler Room's also really nice. I'm gonna take Boiler Room. Boiler Room wants to be on the floor where everything's dying, and so does Electricity Chamber, so... I really want the run where this is the card that really makes and breaks it. I feel like in order to have that, I kind of need to choose that will be this run and just make it happen. But given our start here, I don't feel very confident. I'm not in a position for taking risks right now. I suppose I should probably still take the Stoic Plate Mail, though. Well, because I am going to be playing a Steward line now. So my opening is going to be playing Steward's Quarters, Shield Steward, Shield Steward. So the front of those Shield Stewards might as well have... So the Stoic Plate Mail is going to silence you as well as give you a resolve, which will never trigger. That's not great. We're going to have to visit another Merchant of Arms to fix what just happened. It's okay. I'm still going to draw something on turn 1, and it's going to be relevant to a unit on turn 1. Yeah, like, yeah. Where we're going to have Steelworker Alpha Fiend bottom line, I imagine. There's a world where I try and do it with a Recce. Actually, that will be the case, because I'm going to want the space on the bottom line to chump units. Gives the second line Steelworker and Alpha Fiend a little bit time. Steward's Quarters with a Shield Steward on the top line. Boiler Room on bottom, then we summon a Overworked Assistant. Secret ingredient is, I guess, Madman Infusion, who's already going to be taking these enemies down. I'm gonna hold and see if I have the ability to get some reanimate out here. Oh. Hello, second overworked assistant. Definitely gonna need Sanguine Assistant bottom line as well. It's gonna be a hell of a lot of kills down there. I'm going to continue stacking Reanimate on this one. I don't need 2 Overworked Assistants. Realistically, having 2 of them just guarantees that I draw 1 early. That's kind of nice. Stoic Plate Mail for our top line. So much energy from the end of last turn. Ooh, Impish Scholar with no Reanimate triggers yet. I do want all these units on the bottom line to die. You can save a Reanimate by playing Queen Simpling on the bottom line, but then I get very little value out of the rest of my mana for the turn, or I can drop a Ritual of Battle. Let's take that. Vampire's Tooth for Alpha Fiend, especially because units aren't getting to that line constantly, means every turn you're just going to gain a lifesteal, and eventually that will be good enough against Archaon by itself. Yeah, here's the thing. I'm going to have to cycle between a couple other things before I can get back to the Madman Infusion that I actually care about, with Reanimate in. I'll chump block with a Imp for the top line, why not? That's what they're for! So much free Ember from the bottom line. Impish Scholar finally has something to give us back, and it's something I care about. Rude. Archaon will be taking down the Steelworker. Yeah, you got a lot of rage, buddy. Should talk to someone about that. Perhaps if I begin to sap him. I can even the scales. Delightfully devilish, Seymour. Actually, as it turns out, we've already got the win, just off of the fact that we've got 4 Reanimate left on the Overworked Assistant, and by the time you are finished dying, Archaon will have exploded. Yeah, that went pretty well. Yo, hello, Spike of the... Oh, Double-Edged Bearer, Graft, Double-Edged Arms. The ability to give multi-strike to an Alpha Fiend via equipment in the middle of the battle. But there's the Spike of the League. X-Cost Consume, apply 1x Reanimate. It's exactly what I was asking for. You. Makeshift Golem, Meat Hook. I think what I might be looking for is Meat Hook? Am I going Meat Hook capacity? No, I can't be going Meat Hook capacity here. I've got reach on the bottom line. My damage on the mid line is garbage. It doesn't really get high enough. These aren't exactly offering me a fix for that. Meat Hook doesn't really... Maybe it is capacity. Because then I can run a full Steward's Quarters top line with 2 Shield Stewards and a Spear Steward behind them. So if it was capacity, I could use Makeshift Golem to try and support the midline Alpha Fiend and Steelworker. Or I could maybe use Meat Hook on the bottom line to reveal the appropriate targets and daze them. I'm going to lean makeshift. We'll take the capacity. I'm going to run a full steward's floor. You'll see. You'll all see. I mean, if I am going to be using my minions, Merchant of Steel, so that I can actually make them worthwhile sounds good too. Let's have a look at our upgrade. I do want to go next level of incants. Small concoction, though, gives me once every 3 turns, bro. You get a lot of stats out of that, though. And realistically, I don't need your additional incant size right now. In fact, I'm very far past needing it. Alright, Brewmaster. Interesting. Can I run a Hall of Mirrors? What would I even do with it? Just double summon Overworked Assassins and Imps and things at the bottom line? No, I don't think that's that good. I think Swift Steel Dagger with the ability to give quick is probably our priority here. Now, in terms of making a backliner effective, let's give a Spear Steward a bunch of damage. This Endless could go on an Impish Scholar, giving me the ability to fish back possibly. I mean, you're just chump block every turn. But you're also the ability to fish back for our Spike of the League, as well as our other reanimates, which helps fund the strategy on the low lines. So I think I take that. Large Stone, I don't think anyone can take that capacity from it. Ooh, Smidge Stone, though. Smidge Stoning a Shield Steward that goes on top line, saves 2 size, and allows me to play 2 Spear Stewards on the top line instead. Ooh, but it's up against Dualism on the other Overworked Assistant. I could even give Dualism and Reanimate to the other Overworked Assistant. Fun. But it's up against Dualism on Steelworker. 12 armor on Resolution every round. I guess there's also Dualism and Reanimate on the Makeshift Golem. Yeah. That's really useful. Then the additional health, I mean, the Shield Stewards both want it, but so does Steelworker. And since I'm setting up the Steward's Quarters on the top line, I think the Steelworker needs very slightly more. Penitent Prayer Stone spawned on each floor. That's going to be annoying for the... well, all the units that will be most annoying for aren't summoned in the opening, so I don't really need to worry that much. I'm going to take the Unstable Infusion so that I can... There we go. Diversify into damage and kill the backline. Unfortunately, Queen's Imbling will kill itself on the Penitent Prayer Stone. Rather than protecting us against an enemy hit here. Boiler Room! Abort Assistant! Woohoo! Our day has come! Yeah, I guess that'll do it. Nice. Got to pick up a whole mess of damage there. Oh, it gives them the incant afterwards. No. I mean, I can't really do too much about it, to be fair. I think I probably summon the Impish Scholar on the bottom line. Because, yeah. Oh, I've gone past both single reanimate without being able to play it. Okay, never mind. It's not the Impish Scholar. I'll wait for that next cycle. Perfect. Spike the league for 8. Sounds good to me. Mm-hmm. Impish Scholar is ready to return my best card. I just have enough to keep this Shield Steward alive on the top line as well. Hell yeah. Thank you, Impish Scholar. You are endless as well. So I just get that back next turn? Intriguing. That's enough reanimate to kill him. If I can double stack that reanimate spike, oh boy. Organ Harvester. On Slay, gain reanimate 1. I really like that. The only problem is, who triggers it? Almost no one, if that. Horrify is a really good card. I mean, this becomes ridiculous as soon as I find Spiky Body. Makes Makeshift Golem probably the most busted unit. Sure. March of Shields, advance a unit, apply 12 armor. 12 armor's nothing. Not nothing, rather. Battering Ram for a bunch of damage based on armor, which we don't have that much damage of. I think I probably take Rage Serum here. It's just a free spell that I can cast for a little more damage, and that's kind of what we need right now, especially. Although I don't really like that it consumes. That's not great. I should steal Celestial Alcove and another Lazarus League area. I do like Merchants of Steel a lot right now. But the Merchant of Arms, I could make some deployment, I could make some equipment deployable and then just strap something else to a... Let's do it. I also want the card removal. Void Armament. Mm-hmm. So the most important thing just became making sure that that is what gets drawn with the attuned whetstone, and it's that merged with the Swift Steel. So we'll combine Swift Steel Dagger and Void Armament here. And then I'll upgrade the Stoic Plate Mail to be deployable for the top line for defending our stewards. And then I'm going to straight up remove the Meat Shield, which was fine, and the Organ Harvester, which I literally just got, drafted. Perfect. And that'll guarantee the merged equipment is ready for the Alpha Fiend on turn 1. First room card played each battle is played Dwarf Laws. Hey, I played the Boiler Room. Oh! Actually, that's sick. I play Steward's Quarters on the very first turn, so it gives 1 capacity to all floors. It doesn't have to do anything else for me to be pretty happy about that. And then eventually I just replace one of them with the Boiler Room. That's fine. Hell, I'd make the Boiler Room also deployable right now if I could. I can't, so I won't. Alright. Oh, -1 energy per turn hurts. I definitely need an energy relic after this. Yeah, this one's gonna be a tough. Alpha Fiend needs to be played. And if I want to be able to do anything about stewards, I'm gonna have to get one on the field. No, I don't have to summon a steward. Not if I can't hit it with a Stoic Plate Mail as well. Which means Areki still goes down. We still increase capacity of every floor. Alpha Fiend, equipment. It's gotta be like makeshift golem or something, I think, actually. Help defend that second line. I'm gonna need Spike of the League. It's maybe my only card in the reform pool. In the consume pool, rather. And then immediately I decided, no, I need the damage more right now. And went completely the other direction. Finally got a Shield Steward to defend the top line, and a Steel Worker to help buff the mid. Bottom line's fine as it is, unfortunately. Nice. Boiler Room, Overworked Assistant, and I can mix up a mixture. As well as drop a Reanimate on you. Again, I'd love to be playing the Impish Scholar that turn. Sadly couldn't afford it. Now that the Boiler Room has gone off, I'm fine, though. It's just waiting on this. Perfect. Bottom line went absolutely A-okay. Mid line is completely ready. I should incant a little on the bottom line, because unstable, especially because the enemy is going to be reanimating, eventually their HP will be below the unstable value, so every turn, the instability will just kill them again. That'll do well enough. That's pretty much how I expected that one to go. I'm very glad as well, because if we lose our Alpha Fiend, they get poached from the deck. Nice. Pufferflesh, Graft, Spiky Skin. On Revenge, gain Spikes 3. Not half bad, especially for the makeshift golem in the mid lane who will be using it relatively consistently. 10 additional health as well for that unit, pretty good. Reduce a friendly unit to 1 health, apply plus 10 damage and lifesteal 2. I mean, that's a way to give just plus 10 damage straight up to the Alpha Fiend, but we're not always going to want that. Acid Shower. No, let's take the Pufferflesh. Oh, Inferno, I haven't seen you often. 3 Embedded Piercing, deal 100 damage to all units on the floor. Unfortunately, it's all units on the floor, so we're not going to be taking it here. Dark Deal, though, decent amount of damage. Ooh, Merchant of Trinkets with a Pyromanes, you say? There's definitely like a lot of upgrades to my spells that I would love. Double stack especially on the Spike comes to mind. But I would also really appreciate some additional pyre health. And I got a decent amount of money from oh yeah! Artificial Pyre Stone, Deployment Ember. That's exactly what I was asking for. And Gurg's Go! Demon units gain +1 multi-strike. Guess who's a demon units? That's right, it's the Alpha Fiend. Well, that worked out pretty well. I think I'll take a second copy of Boiler Room. Yeah, because I'm not going to want to go to the Merchant of Arms in the next area, but I do really need a Boiler Room earlier rather than later. Yeah, it's way too important that I draw that. Do I still take Ember here? Probably. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm actually able to play all of them. That's so good. Finding someone, like, reliable to help out on this bottom line with a Recce would be nice. Theoretically, it could be the makeshift golem. But I do like the additional defense on this field. And also, I don't care so much when I do lose the bottom line. Wow, second Boiler Room. Set the enemy, hit my own unit with reanimates. Let's get a Sanguine Assistant on top line to chump block for us. There we are, that's all the Ember I was hoping for. Should I play the Vampire's Tooth still? Let's hang on to some lifesteal for the bottom line as well. Nice, I got my other assistant. Very important. Farm out as many spells as I can possibly throw their way. Yeah, so you're exploding for 40 damage to all enemies when you die. One hit. Hits, and I guess I can chomp. Maybe even twice. There's no real need to chomp on the midline anymore. Excellent. Spike League drawn when I have 10 energy. It's exactly what we're hoping for. Let's drop a Offer Flesh and Impish Scholar. Still happy to expend these. I don't need that many reanimates right now, especially because the Impish Scholar is dying at the end of this turn. Which means next turn, I can... Wait, no. Of course, it's not just a reanimate in the pool anymore. Keep forgetting about that. I should maybe make that... I should maybe return to my original plan, rather, to make that my only reanimate in the entire pool. I mean, as long as I keep buffing up your reanimate, it doesn't matter that much. Regen. Oh, sure, more regen. Give me reanimate, though. Thank you. I think I can also throw another chomp down. Save a reanimate on my unit. Take what's on offer. Oh boy. I didn't think there'd be enough damage here to do this. Alas, turns out there is. I will overplay entirely here as well. Throw that there, throw that there. Oh, I can even start the explosions. These imps all need to get out of the deck. They're 100% dead weight, and they stop me getting to the cards that I need most immediately. Tome of Horrors. This is obviously just ridiculous for the overworked assistants if they're in the right position, or garbage otherwise. Minds of Their Own, however, equips friendly units attack immediately. That will always be incredible on the middle floor. Consume Sacrifice. Draw a unit, apply plus 40 and negative, and lower their cost. I mean, this is a good card. It's just not for this run. Minds of Their Own on the midline is just... Because the Alpha Fend gets the quick striking, multi-striking equipment on turn 1. So it's literally just... Alpha Friend attacks 3 times, and also, as a result, gains 45 additional damage. That 45 additional damage will be carried on every single future strike. This is exactly the kind of spike to my speed that I need. There is a world where I could go to a Merchant of Arms and make a Boiler Room deployable. I would really like to go to the Merchant of Steel in the final area. I could maybe get something and strap it to the Stoic Plate Mail. But the thing is, I then wouldn't be able to play that on the opening turn, because the opening turn I'm drawing like 1, 2, 3, 4 from the Dante's Whetstone. 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this is the 9th. Nothing else is added. So I can put the Boiler Room in my opening hand, but then I'd have to short myself playing something. And Stoic Plate Mail can't really afford to get more expensive. Again, risk of shorting a unit. So the unit that I most likely short would be not playing 2 Shield Stewards on the top line immediately, which is fine because there's a better version of that floor where I have 1 Shield Steward and 2 Spear Stewards behind them. So I could remove a Shield Steward. The fact is, I need the Boiler Room energy to be able to really do that much. Everything I can do that's ridiculous gets activated by it. And then the other Unstable Vortex discards. Second Boiler Room and second Shield Steward. If Meat Shield could still resolve, despite the silence, like if the silence was applied and then Meat Shield was applied on top of it, oh, I'd be taking Meat Shield. Fight Club middle line actually looks a lot better right now. Just courtesy of the fact that the Steelworker has multi-strike and obviously the Alpha Fiend has triple multi-strike. In terms of removing cards from deck, I hope it didn't seem like I was joking. The Queen Zimplings need to get the hell out of here. I almost want to remove another one, but I'm probably better off holding. Medium Concoction mixes twice. Sure. Just wish it was slightly more common. Start a battle, enemy units appear on each floor. I think I'm okay against these. I definitely want them on. So, do I Steward's Quarters every floor, do I Boiler Room every floor, and then Steward's Quarters? I think I Boiler Room every floor and then Steward's Quarters. So I don't need the additional capacity on the bottom line. I have so much energy left over. That's suspicious. I shouldn't have that much energy left over. Perfect. That's so much energy for this turn, it's ridiculous. Let's get some spiky skin on the midline, and then Minds of Their Own allows me to scale the Alpha Fiend to the point that I can start dealing with 2 500s in a row. I thought the Alpha Fiend was going to be way too slow, but also with double multi-strike, so triple attacks, and quick, okay, it seems to be getting there. Definitely want to play a Giant Spike the League. Should probably also get a Queen Zimpling ready to chump block on the top line as well. Gets it out of my way, if nothing else. Hey, there we go. Fight Club for the midline instead now. Pushing way more damage. Wait, I didn't have Reanimate giving at the start of this round, did I? No. Okay, otherwise I would be giving the Reanimate straight to the Collector. I gotta make sure to send some units up to the second line. Otherwise, how does my demon friend get larger? Ooh. Unstable and deal damage. That'll take out... Oh, no, it won't. Gotta increase the damage part of it. Oh, yikes. Gonna have to use the Frost, the Hornbreak instead then. Vampire's Tooth. I kind of want to throw that on the Steelworker just to have another unit on that line that can... that can use the Minds of Their Own. But because that's not relevant in any way to anyone, I'll instead just throw it on a Recce. Unfortunately, it doesn't cause extra attacks here. When there's a flying enemy, it'll be incredible for that. God. I really need to cut those. Because it's just one Rage Serum and one Forevermore Serum. Like, if I can give this Consume Removal and cut the Rage, then it's just my X cost that gets jumped back into hand consistently, and that's definitely the one I'm hoping for. Every single time. I could collect 2 additional Ember this turn by throwing the Dark Deal right now, or I could save it. And then get that additional energy next turn. Hey, big spike of the league. That's what we're looking for. No more damage direct, please. That'll do it. The hardest working assistant in the game. Oh. I mean, Faulty Body's not bad for, like, Makeshift Golem midline still. It's just not especially good either. But also, I haven't gilded this card. I could just take it right now and gild it. Replicator Raid, dupe to units that's had equipment attached to it. I mean, I could use that to attach some very basic equipment to a unit and then dupe them. It's probably much better utilized that way. And with all the additional energy I have consistently and really early, that seems like a good idea. Important work. Nope. Oh, actually, I have an Impish Scholar. And the Impish Scholar has Endless, so it is out every single turn. Alright, important work. You found a way to worm your way into the deck. As much as I do want a Merchant of Magic, Alpha Fiend is my star unit, and it has no upgrades. Also, the Shield Steward and Spear Steward would happily take any aggressive upgrades, defensive upgrades, depends, obviously. Let's look at the trinkets. End of turn, unstable increases by 5. It's fine, honestly. It doesn't really have much of an impact here for us. Summon triggers an additional time. That's really good just because it gives a second copy of Impish Scholar's trigger. When a friendly unit gains armor, it gains 4 additional stacks. I like that. Even if only for the sake of the Makeshift Golem and Armor Smith middle line. But I'll come back for that later. That's not a priority. Large Stone can easily just go straight on a Shield Steward. Because the top floor with... It's 7, 8 capacity. So yeah, Shield Steward, you can scan that. Dualism. Steelworker gets a lot more armor for the midline with that. I think so. Rage 10, definitely worth going on a Spear Steward. Plus 20, Shield Steward. Smidgestone, multi-strike, multi-strike, multi-strike. Anyway, gave that to the unit that wanted multi-strike. The other Spear Steward will be basically the same. Okay, I don't have Railhammer anymore. That's fine. Railhammer really wasn't that important. Just would have been nice if it could have been nice. A Warrior Assistant gains a little more work. Empyrean Well. I think a second copy of Minders of Their Own is the exact thing we need in this deck. It doesn't even need to have its costs adjusted, even slightly. big, beefy boy. Four times multi-strike on the Alpha feed. Oh boy. There's the overworked assistant. Good to see you this early. I'm not going to play the Rage Serum so that I can more reliably pull the correct cards. I'm going to draw 9 cards next turn. Oh, it's after this fight I'm going to be drawing the 10. Okay, I can hold on to the Madman Infusion for 1 turn. There's the Deafening Heralds. Still managed to do some important work. Thankfully, the Unstable still triggers, so it will still explode. Can't silence that off of me. Oh, there it is. The spike of the league came just in time to keep the unit alive that wants it most. I can let the Pyro take a little bit of damage here, so I'm just straight up going to drop the giant spike. It's pretty much exactly what we needed. Nice. So in response, the entire bottom line died. And there's the spike of the league back. I could try and play a bunch of other things, but I could also just give enough reanimate to the overworked assistant that I never have to do anything else. Okay. Pawn break to take out the silence on the bottom line so I can still use my Ambitious Scholar would be nice. Yeah, I can take a moment to burn some garbage out of the deck. Oh, if only Seraph Eternus was one line higher, I could really go wild with the Rituals of Battle. I'll keep you both reanimating. Why not? Damn it. Oh, Deafening Herald's going to get me on this one, so I'm not going to be able to trigger the Impish Scholar. I mean, I can have you still endless. I'm pretty sure Also, I'm just chumping with the Sanguine. I don't really intend for that to survive. Because it won't. Yep. Alright. Impish Scholar gives back the big spike of the league. Then bring back that Impish Scholar again. I can also let them ascend one line. I don't have to kill them on the bottom line. I just really want to, and just succeeded in doing so. Whoop, and now I'm the other way. Hang on. They change it back again. Unstable 10 for you. That'll do it. I can't wait to see what the Alpha Friend gets up to in the Titans fight. Because the Titans fight, the Alpha Friend is always going to have someone to hit. Entropy is always there. Big boy. It's a floor that basically no enemies reach, but it is nice that it's still a really good floor. Ooh, 2 reanimate triggers there, huge. A third, and oh my god, a fourth. That's going to keep the overworked assistant alive. Highlight for the bottom line, and then I can use Forevermore, Ritual, hit a Hornbreak on one of the enemy frontliners. That's just so that most of the corruption, unfortunately some of the corruption will still hit a worked assistant. Couldn't stop that though. Any corruption is enough corruption for you. Yeah, you're gonna die consistently now. I'd love to be playing important work right now. So Minds of Their Own for the midline. We're already up to 219 damage times 4, attacking at quick speed. Oh boy. Okay, Overworked Assistant as well as the Spike of the League. Good hits, good to see both. Definitely going to want to drop a Minds of Our Own on that. Yep, just straight up murder all of the enemies. And Entropy is going down next round as well. Savagery, if you go up next round, you too will taste the sweet, sweet taste of defeat. I'm happy to take the opportunity to just sap up Dominion right now. Savagery's almost dead on mid, so yeah, it's definitely Dominion. It's going to be the hardest of our fights for us. Alright, we're doing it. Big spike of the league just again. Unfortunately, we lost our top liner, so we're going to be losing the rest of that line now. I guess unless I just give reanimate to that line. I guess I might as well. There you go. Oh, damage is still getting past it to the next, though. I can't leave a turn without playing a Pyrelite. It's literally the most important card right now. Like, the other units are dead. Also, Spike of the League not really doing anything on that top line does make me feel a lot more like maybe I just drop it on the bottom line again and be happy about it. Ultimately, you, Overworked Assistant, are the only unit that really matters right now, so... As in, the only unit on this line, at least, that matters right now. You handle all of the sweep and all of the damage. Alpha Friend, you kill anything that gets past. Like, it's just the two of you. Everyone else is pretty much just watching. So should I let Iraqi die like that? Yeah, why not? Let the field just be the strongest units possible. Ooh, Steelworker. Got 2 more turns on Dominion. Alright, Steelworker, I'm giving you a bunch of reanimate. I'm not letting you die. Perfect. I mean, an Alpha Friend doing 614 times 4. It doesn't say that, but it is 4. It means 4. We got range, and we got single target damage. Couldn't have worked out better. All right. Send it. We managed to guild exactly one new card. I mean, realistically, Artificial Firestone and Gurg's Goad just turning up both at the same time, allowing me to set up so much and spiking the power of the Alpha Friend even more. Incredible. Also, even though it doesn't draw attention to itself because it hasn't got an upgrade, the spike of the League and a Impish Scholar to just bring it back every single time works incredibly well in this clan combination. Getting back to the outpost, dismayed to see there isn't an event for the Lazarus League. I thought maybe the Lazarus League might still have some. For the moment, though. That's been Monster Train. Top Lads is a series playlist for all my content for the game past, present, future. YouTube recommendations are down below. Streaming past are the names of the people generously supporting it or public on patreon.com/RhapsodyPlays. Out above the thank you, and a special thanks to this episode to Sorathil. Hopefully you'll be enjoying yourselves, and hopefully see you all next time.